Hi, I'm Tynan Shadle, the programs coordinator at the Texas Cotton Gin Museum in Burton. I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about the history of cotton ginning. So, cotton has been around wild for about 7,000 years, and it has been cultivated for about 4,000 years. And humanity's battle with cotton has always been, how do we efficiently remove cottonseed from the lint? The seed forms within the lint and is therefore somewhat difficult to remove. In fact, for the first few thousand years of cultivation, humans were pulling the seed out of the lint by hand. That is a very slow, time-consuming process that would take maybe about a day's worth of time for 1 pound of lint, of the fluffy stuff. So, not a very efficient means. Luckily, by the 12th century, people in India had become resourceful with their ideas on how to separate the seed. So they invented what was called the rolling method. So taking some form of implement and rolling the cotton and its seed over a stone and hopefully separating the seed that way. That process was replicated in the 12th century, also in India, with the churka that looks like the wringer washing machine here. The cotton is fed between the two rollers as it is cranked, and the seed is pinched out. Those were also used on very early plantations here during our colonial period in the United States. They could generate about 5 pounds worth of lint per day. So a little bit better clip. Now, the big invention, Eli Whitney's Little Cotton Engine, this was developed in 1793 on a plantation in Georgia. What his engine does is it utilizes saw blades like this one here out of our gin, all spinning very rapidly and taking these little bitty fine teeth and pulling the lint from the seed. And as you can see in his engine here, the seed is deposited at the bottom because it cannot pass through with the lint. It is then brushed off in the back and collected. That could generate about 50 pounds worth of lint in a day, so definitely a big improvement. Now, by the time our gin came along in 1914, ginning technology had changed quite a bit. The feeding method had become an air delivery system invented by Robert Munger in 1883. So no longer manually fed, and the size of the gins were bigger too. Each one of our gin stands is about the size of one of these exhibit cases here, and each has 80 saws. We have 5 of those. So we have 400 saws turning at once. So we can generate one 500-pound bale of cotton every 12 minutes. So it was definitely a very quick process. Now, the two pictures here are of the most modern gin in the world at Spearman, Texas, north of Amarillo. This is the Adobe Walls gin. As of 2018, they had done 1 million bales. They averaged 2,000 bales a day. To give you some context, our gin only produced 1,680 in its biggest ginning year. So, cotton ginning technology has changed a lot over time, but there is a short history for you of all of the methods that we use to separate cotton lint from seed or gin it.